Zionism, at the end of the day, is the story of the Jewish people. From the first time that the Jewish people were exiled from our homeland, one of the first things we did is pray to return. One of the second things we did is preserve all of our traditions that originate in our homeland, so that way one day when we go back, we're not going to lose it all. For my dad, who was born in the former Soviet Union in Moscow, and his family escaped in the 1980s, before the Soviet Union had even fallen. They bounced around as refugees in Europe before finally making it to Brooklyn. He grew up in the Soviet Union, so that means that he didn't have a religious Jewish life. He didn't have a synagogue that he went to. He didn't speak Hebrew. Hebrew was banned to even learn there. But at the same time, when he was born, he has his birth certificate. What was written on his birth certificate under nationality? It wasn't Russian, it wasn't Armenian, it wasn't any nationality that has a national homeland within the Soviet Union. It was Jew. So in a roundabout way, through that attempt to marginalize the Jewish community, to oppress the Jewish community, to disconnect the Jewish people from their traditions, it reinforced the connection of where do Jews come from. Now, that's the Jewish story. That's Zionism, right? So for my dad, for his side of the family, for them, their connection to Judaism was the fact that they had these roots in Israel. Even if they weren't able to pray, even if they weren't able to make a minyan, even if there were no tefillin, the thing that kept us connected was Israel. So forgetting our homeland, forgetting Israel, is forgetting the one thing that kept so many Jews around the world, Jews. So when we talk about Zionism as a political movement, we have to recognize that for a good amount of the Israelis today, their introduction to Zionism was not as a political movement. It was because that's the thing that kept them connected to who they were. For us, as Jews worldwide, we can't negate that part of our history because that's negating most of the Jewish community's history and their connection to who they are.